with another segment of Prison Chronicles, a therapeutic platform where males that have gone to prison, females that have gone to prison, parents that have lost their spouses to prisons, kids that have lost their parents, parents that have lost their kids, and ex-officers, and everyone that has been involved, anybody that's in the penal system. We can come on the show and speak about their experience from their vantage point. Excuse me. And today we're going to start off by letting these guys introduce themselves and speak and tell about what age you was when you first went down and how long you did. We'll kick it off like that.
All right, my name is Marty Cannon, and I was 28 when I got locked up. I was 32 when I got out.
Yeah, my name is Richard Johnson. You know, they know me in the streets as Filthy Rich, known now as Mr. I Sell Things. I think I was like 34 when I went down. I think I did like 24 months, something like that.
My name is Kip Brown. I went down when I was 20. I got out when I was 34. That's what it was.
My name is Felix Randolph. I went down when I was 17, in and out of prison playing, and just did 15 years and 9 months. Altogether, I did 28 years and some change, and that's what it is.
All right, well, check this out. If y'all can recollect, I know it's probably a long time ago for some of y'all, but if you can recollect your first night, the first moment that your first time ever going to prison, can you explain your every emotion and how it was for you and what did you end up doing that day and then, like, if you can remember that.
You talking about like in the county or you talking about in prison?
I mean, we're going to say prison because county, it kind of, you can be there so long because I was in the county 18 months before I saw prison.
Well, I mean, for me, you know what I'm saying, the realization that this shit is real was when I saw that big ass airplane land. And they put us on that airplane. I said, God damn, who on this motherfucker?
Yeah, federal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying, it was just like, they ain't did all this for me. Who on this plane?
Yeah.
They ain't did all that for me. And then, they flew us up, went to Oklahoma, and then took me to Louisiana.
Yeah. Can you remember your first night in there? You come up watching movies.
But see, you know what I'm saying, I was lucky enough that I had so many OGs in the game that when I got there, I had already been, you know what I'm saying, I knew how to maneuver.
Yeah.
Most people go in, they learn how to maneuver, but I had OGs from the streets. So as soon as, hey, what's up, man? Hey, man, this is what you do. This is what you don't do. So I was already kind of, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about nobody else, but I stayed in jail about close to a year, I guess, and then I wound up in Arkansas Department of Correction. My first night was at the Tucker unit, which was Gladiator School back then, is what they called it when I got there. And I can remember my first night as vividly as I am sitting here today. I sat on the bunk, the room they gave me, in a pod where you had 2 stacks to me. I went in the room they gave me, and I sat down on the bunk, and I set my stuff down, and I said, man, I looked upside the wall where mold was growing out in the wall, and you know how mold get into the wood, and then the bed was made out of wood, and so the mattress that sit on the wood, they got mold in the mattress, and it was just, I'm like, man, how the hell I'm gonna do 15 years in this damn motherfucker here? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, shit, what the hell I got myself into? That's how I felt my first night. I finally went to sleep thinking just like that. Yeah. Until they woke us up bright and early this morning, but yeah. I ain't know what the hell I got my damn self into. I was trying to figure out what it was gonna take to get out of it.
Yeah.
Man, my first experience going to prison, it was like, I wasn't even tripping, When I made it to the salad port, it was Lil Tucker. And I was like, oh man, I can imagine what I did to these boys here, man. But when I made it to the salad port, I guess somebody let them boys know, man, Felix here, everybody come to the salad port, man, look at this here, man, whoop the whoop, it's like this here, it's like that, and that's all it took. Because I fell right into the thing. Once they got me where I was going, look, we're gonna do it like this here, we're gonna do it like that there, look. And I got caught up into the game, bang, Little Rock in West Memphis, and that's all it took. Little Rock in Pablo, that's all it took. I had 3 years at the time then. But you know me, I was in and out, playing with myself, thinking it's a game. Oh, prison ain't nothing. I can go down and gang bang, get caught up, do this here, do that. But this time, at 15 years, 9 months, broke my back. Oh no, I ain't. And then I already knew prison was gonna be at ease with me. But I knew I was gonna stay class 4. I already know I'm gonna do it like the way I know how to do it. And there was my mentor in TC, tell me to do, man, you gotta do it right, man, you gonna do this? And I respect that because I learned something from him. And this right here was my domino partner. I respect him to the fullest because I put him in a situation.
Cheating.
In prison with West Memphis.
Yeah.
I put him in
you
a
talking about a
situation.
rat, boy.
I put him in a
Cheating, boy. It don't make no sense, boy.
Hold it. I put him in a situation with some West Memphis boy. We playing dominoes early in the morning. And I'm seeing little man catch me. I guess he take one and didn't know what he was messing with. So I tell little bro, I got this.
Hold up. No, we playing dominoes. He cheating, and you know I'm a domino playing dude, so I know how to let him cheat too. You know what I'm saying? So he stacked the deck. He hold the deck. He shaking them. So he talking. Little man peeping and try to reach over there and grab the domino. You know, mess up Felix's hand. So Felix, the ball of dude dominoes. He said, "Little man, you better watch yourself, cause I'll bust all that." I'm like, man, y'all chill out, man. Y'all chill out. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I'm talking about cause he was a little dude. Man, we sitting up finna play dominoes, all that. I'm talking about, he literally put his hands in his face, told me I'll bust all that. Man, boy, we sitting up chilling. One little, I guess one of his homeboy getting out the rack, getting out the bed or something. He jump, putting his shoes on, come over there, he tell Felix, "No, player, you get all that bust." I'm like, "Oh, shoot." So then they I'm like, man, y'all chill out, cause you know how you be cool with people from different towns, whatever. But then, you know, one thing about Little Rock, you gotta be a part of that certain circle in order for everybody to ride with you. But if you from West Memphis, anybody from NAA, I don't care if you from West Memphis, Turl, Earl, anywhere. I don't care if you a crackhead, whatever. They all ride. Boy, man, this dude jump out the back. Man, I'm talking about come over my shoulder, and I'm talking about hitting Felix. I'm talking about Felix took off back there in the bathroom area. I'm like, hold up, man, not Felix. Felix took off running. I'm talking about, cause he kind of got on down. I'm like, dang, not Felix. Felix, oh, come on back here, player. Cause you know you got designated fighting spots. Felix, come on back here, player. I know how to fight. What that boy hop back, man? I promise, man, Felix hit that boy the old man leg. I'm talking about bust both. Hey, man, look. Man, he bust both his lips and his nose one blow, man. I'm talking about had him leaking like you turn a cup. Man, boy come from here with mop buckets, brooms. Was you in there, Q? Man, I'm talking about mop buckets.
That's Felix.
Man, it come with everything, bro. I'm talking, man, but yeah, he a cheap dude, man.
But at the same time, you know, I was just about that life, and you know, I knew I wasn't tripping. It was just what it was. But like I told him, I don't need no. When I left up out that bags with him, I said, I'm gonna be all right. I wasn't bloody, I wasn't beat up. I went to the hole, they sent me back to Tucker Max. You know, ran back across with Lil Bro. He was still into the band. When I came back and I seen him years later, you know, he was in the band. But, you know, prison to me, just that life. You got to even want it and do it and make the right decisions, or it's just what it was.
How was it for you your first night?
Oh, you know, I was scared to death. I was about 140 pounds, you know, and I just remember going to Pine Bluff unit, and you know, that was my first time to go to ADC. I came from jail, and they make you shower and do all that shit. And I'm like, oh God. I thought I had to do 15 years because that's what I got charged in the court system. So I really didn't understand how it worked. I was just like, oh my God.
What was you on? They gave you 15 on the what?
Why?
Oh,
Yeah.
You thought you had to do 15.
I didn't know. I didn't understand how it worked.
So you ain't going over in there to stay for 15.
I was scared to death, and luckily I wasn't in the open barracks. They put me up in them cells for a couple weeks.
But that was at Pine Bluff though, wasn't it? Diagnostic? Yeah.
Yeah. Then I went to Newport from there.
What age was you? What year did you go to Newport?
2000, the beginning of 10.
I was out of water down then. Cause boy, Newport back in the days,
It was
brutal. But like being that, you know what I'm saying, you're a white guy, and when you first went down and come up watching the movies that we all watched.
scared.
Oh man.
And when I got to Newport, they was a couple days later, you know, they had a black barber and a white barber. I'm from Pine Bluff. I didn't want to get no fucking buzz cut. I got knots all over my head, you know, so I got my hair cut by the black dude, and then I got the white dudes looking at me sideways, you know. But I didn't give a damn.
Did they ever try to recruit you?
Yeah.
Did you ever experience hell for not? Cause you know I learned this in there that when they prospecting and the white guys recruiting you, if you don't join them the ones they pick on. They don't just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't just go around there just kicking off race wise. I mean, they will prospect wise.
Right.
You can be sitting there, white dude, you been cool with your whole life. Whole time you ain't knowing new prospect. Whole time you sitting there chopping up and you like, damn you know you finna punish him. But yeah, man, prison was something else. But how was it y'all first visitation, if y'all can, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, first time you received a visit.
Oh, my first visit, well, I had only one visit, and that was a homegirl come see me, but in the county on the way there, my mama came to see me. And the funny thing about it is when she came and we on the glass, she sat down and looked at me and just started laughing. She was like,
That what you get? That what you get?
I said, what you laughing for? She said, because you already being punished. What I'm going to punish you for? I don't got nothing bad to say. Just, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you straight. But other than that, I did most of my time without no visits because I was way in Louisiana.
Yeah.
You know, they sent me all the way to the, like, you know, they say 500 miles.
Boy,
they sent me to the 499th mile, and I was like, man, y'all ain't even got to drive down
Louisiana
there.
got some backwood towns in it.
Yeah,
They put you in the back of the back, back of the back of the back of the back of the back.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But I know them visits count. I just really kind of alleviated my mind from it because I was like, man, I wouldn't even tell y'all to come way down here to just, you know what I'm saying, what they get. For a little time, and then you got to drive all the way back. That's like 4-5 hour drive.
Yeah. Could you remember your first visit?
Well,
How was it emotional to you?
no, it wasn't. I got plenty of visits while I was in the county. Then when I first got to prison, you know, it's time to get a visit. That first visit, they were really glad to really just see you and hug you, cause the visitation yard back then in prison, you know, your people came, you sit around 4 chairs like this right here, and you could really have an intimate, you know, moment with your people. They couldn't do that in the county.
Speaking
So,
away, I can't see.
my first visit was just a good one. Just, you know, people just showing their support for family, man.
Yeah.
And I was one of the guys that always got visits. For whatever reason, I was blessed to be able to just. So I never sat in prison the whole 14 years, 7 months without my family being involved in my incarceration.
Yeah.
Which was just imperative to how well I was doing in there.
Yeah. But I tell you that mail, you need that mail.
Yeah.
You ain't get no visits, you need that mail.
Oh yeah.
In some ways, it's just like it do something to you when they call Johnson. Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, it's like
When they call your last name.
oh yeah, when mail call.
Yeah.
You got people name don't never get called either, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Then the mail system has changed so much now. You know, you can write a person a letter, they can't get more than 3 pages now. And then they ain't gonna even get the 3 pages that you wrote. They ain't gonna even get the envelope. They gonna print off a piece of paper. They gonna even print them off a piece of paper or the envelope.
Yeah, let them send the wrong picture. They'll never see it. They gonna send it back.
Did you ever get any visits, Felix?
Yeah. My little baby sister, my mama, and my sister was beating that highway down for me.
Yeah, she
My first visit in prison, but they already had put me on top of the game. Say, man, go on out there and tell your mama and give you $100, and we're gonna put the cuff game down, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with it. And you know, but I never thought about bringing no money in because I was so happy to see my mother and my sister now. And you know, because I seen dudes like, oh man, I'm waiting on my gal to come down and visit me. Whoop the I said, I'm gonna get one before you. So we used to just bet it out. And so, you know, it was just what it is. Love to go in the yard and eat good, but it hurt me because I hate to see my mama then leave, my sister then leave. Other than that, you know.
Do you remember your first visit in there?
Yeah, pretty much. I think it was behind the glass at Newport.
How you get done contact?
I got put under investigation or something.
Well, I did years behind the glass at Newport, man. Hey, Kip, somebody want to know what made you decide to get out after doing so much time and fight for those behind in the prisons?
Well, I got one of them type of no partners left behind mentality.
Yeah.
You know, I went to prison. All the guys that stayed from 1 block away from me to across the alley from me. You know, we were all our families raised all of us. You know, pretty much. So I managed to get out of prison, and everybody else seemed to have managed to get out of prison with a little assistance. But I left one person still down there, which was Elvis Walker. So I just, you know, found out all the success I found being out here. I just never. Some nights I just didn't sleep good because knowing that Elvis was still down there sleeping on that little pillow that they give you and that bed that they give you. And the man, you know, deserved a second chance. So I started, even from the time I first got out, I had to kind of go dormant for a while. A lot of people got mad at me when I first got out because I was such an activist on the I don't know, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm the person that started the pre-release program for the Department of Correction. They had them before I created it. While I was in prison, me and with the assistance of Carl Wilburn, Kurt Muhammad, and Jihad Muhammad. And a lot of people don't know that I wrote the blueprint for it, and they backed it, and we actually created the first real pre-release program for people that's in prison. The things that it takes for you to get out and stay out, we brought those things together and brought them into the prison system. So I kind of got out. The way I got out, I had 2 first-degree murder charges, 5 aggravated robberies, and 5 thefts of property. So no one in the history of Arkansas Department of Correction had ever had that many violent charges and went up for parole and made it the first time, period, in the history of the program. So I broke the mold. And when my case came through, I had so much evidence of rehabilitation. I wrote 3 books, took the college stuff, Votech, everything they had, I took it 2-3 times, then started creating stuff they didn't have. And so made that type of impact, and so the preponderance of evidence as far as my rehabilitation was evident. So with the right politics behind it, like people like Bill Walker, Judge Humphrey, I seen him on your show. You ought to get Bill Walker on your show too. It'd be a great addition to it. Bill is
you got contact?
Yeah, I can put you in contact with Bill. Is someone who Bill Walker led a he got on the parole board.
Their own premier.
Right.
Yeah, my uncle worked for him.
Bill Walker got on the parole board, and Bill Walker led a generation of people out of prison. Yeah. And I was the key case that broke the mold and made them start letting people go home when they came in with violent offenses. Quit giving them all those years now. But as far as to the lady at hand, I just can't stop doing it. I perfected helping people get out of prison while I was in prison, and I got out of prison, got out parole.
What about people that you help
people get out?
What about people that you done help get out, and they get out and end up doing the same thing? You know, they the reason why the recidivism rate up, and people that took your word and bam, we're gonna do that. We're gonna pull for this guy, and he get out and fail. How did that affect you?
Well, it don't, because I keep on eating at McDonald's, Burger King, you know what I'm saying? Going to Pizza Hut, and drinking one and smoking one and talking about it out here. See, when people fall off, it ain't no fault of man. I got a program called Accelerated right now. Yeah. I got the first from prison to work program where you guaranteed to get hired and trained in prison, and the job is yours when you get out.
So y'all see that? Y'all see that? If you ever get out of prison, you know anyone that's getting out of prison, not just him, but we'll link you up with him. But if you know anybody getting out of prison, or you recently came home, you need a job, and you need assistance finding a job, hit us up at 501-551-8489. And remember, if this is your first time tuning in, make sure you comment below that this is your first time, and we'll reach you personally. And remember, there's no us without you, so make sure you press that subscribe button and share, because we can't get out just being, you know what I'm saying, where we at right now. We need you. But at the same time, if y'all can remember, do y'all recall ever having any altercations in prison, and what did it stem from? If you had any altercations? Did you have any altercations in prison?
I had several, but nothing that went to blows.
What would it stem from mostly?
Hate, people hate.
Yeah. I mean, when you say hate, elaborate on that.
I don't know. It's like when I got into it with somebody at PTF, we didn't fight because of where we was at, but I had the commissary job. I was the inmate counsel guy, and I had money on my books, and
He looked like one of them inmate counsel guys, don't he, man?
I got it handed down to me.
Yeah, he was straight. You know what I'm saying? It was straight. So when you say people were hating on you, they were hating on you about the certain jobs that you was given, and they probably been there longer than you.
I think so. That was the only altercation I had really in there. But it was just, yeah.
Do you think the program that's I mean, I'll go back to let y'all answer that question with the altercation, but during that same time in the program, certain programs you was in prison, do you think they help you ultimately out here?
No.
At all?
Not that I've seen. You know how it is. Cause I tell people I didn't do hard time. I didn't go to Varner. I didn't go to Tucker. I didn't go to Dermont or nothing like that. I went to to Newport and then straight to a program. But looking back, hell, that time was hard.
What, the program?
Because you got to act right every day.
For real, you balled it up.
You say looking back.
Like for real, you can't even
You didn't feel that when you was going through them days?
I was just thankful I wasn't somewhere else.
Just imagine, I mean,
felt
like,
every day.
Like what he talking about, like the program he was in a PTL program. You know, you got to always talk low. It's just like being a TC and all them programs like that. Programs like that, just imagine being contained in the Razorbacks home. Bro, I'm talking about, bro, I used to be losing, you know, then I damn go crazy behind the Razorbacks, stuff like that. So just imagine you being in here. And yeah, I might go crazy about the Razorbacks, but I
saw going crazy because they winning or going crazy because they losing?
Because they losing, you know, Razorbacks. But I wasn't on one. Them Cowboy fans, the white Cowboy fan went through hell too. So why they laughed at us on Saturday? I'm just saying, they doing their thing now. I give them that. But why they laughed at us on Saturday? I ain't tripping. We gonna get my lad back tomorrow.
Okay, back to the show.
I'm talking about the shoe. But
you said it then.
I'm just saying, but at the same time, you know, we just talking about how just being bottled up in the programs and do they help you or not. But all right, back to the altercation. Did anyone of y'all have an altercation?
Yeah, I had an altercation. I had
maybe
like
to
2
the
or
Fed
3.
though, right?
Yeah, I had like 2 or 3, but only one of them ended up in the fight. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know, I like to play chess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was playing against a dude, and his homeboy was really like instigating the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, bro, this really our game. You know what I'm saying? He kept on talking, and then he touched the piece. I said, say, bro, if you touch one more piece, I'm going to show you what it is. So he said, all right. So we stayed playing. He touching his homeboy piece, though.
Yeah.
He touched the piece again.
Yeah, coaching him how to play.
Yeah,
he playing against 2 people.
Yeah, for real. Because I felt like he was fucking with me.
Yeah.
This his game. Why are you touching his pieces? You know what I'm saying? All that shit stem from respect.
Yeah.
You respect me, I respect you. We ain't got no problems.
Right.
We ain't got no problems. Other than that fight didn't last long because the dude Jack, the guard, he got the taser. They say he shoot motherfuckers in the shower. Soon as they popped that door, he came in like, hey, Jack, don't shoot that motherfucker. We good. We done fighting.
Plain and simple, yeah.
Don't shoot. But it be all about respect. You know what I'm saying? And the funny part is I ended up getting into it with a homeboy that was in the same car with me about a deal he had with a cookie. You know what I'm saying? He came and dropped the bag off on the table, but everything in the middle of the table was free game. I asked my OG partner, I said, man, who was they? He was like, oh man, that's free game. So you know what I'm saying? I got me another little bowl of cereal. The homie come sit down and was like, hey man, who ate that? I was like, oh, that was yours? He was like, yeah. I said, oh man, my bad. I ate it. I thought it was free game, but man, I get you another one. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. He was like, all right, don't even worry about it. So the crazy part about it is, that's over with. That was breakfast. That was child breakfast.
Yeah.
This nigga come knocking on my door in the evening. Say, man, let you real quick, man. I said, what's up, bro? He was like, yeah, man, shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to let you know I ain't no hoe, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't much. I said, whoa, bro, you been thinking about this shit all
the
day
time. Yeah.
That's a bowl of cereal, bro. I said I get it back to you. It ain't even, bro. Matter of fact, you know what? What you want? I open up my look. What you want, bro? I give you 2 bowls of cereal. It ain't that. So they was like, nah, man, it ain't even about the cereal no more. I'm like, bro, what it's about then? God damn. Nigga, you really like Frosty Flakes, huh? Yeah. But most of the time, it really started off from stupid shit.
Yeah, every time you go to the hole, every altercation over something I knew.
Well, my altercation, one I can tell you about.
Hold on, right quick. We'll be right back after a short commercial break. Hold that thought. we're back after a short commercial break, and we're going to pick back up while allow Kip to speak. He was to speak about his first altercation, if he can recollect.
Oh, right. My first altercation in prison was, but for whatever reason, I really didn't have. It was probably about 7 years in before I actually had a physical altercation. I got transferred from Riceville to Varner unit in the middle of the night. They had a see, the people at Riceville was mad at me because they couldn't catch me doing nothing they thought I was doing, so they got this. They sent him over. They had a ride over there. Sent him over to Varner and found out that my homeboy Rush Hour they had a ride and started a ride over at Varner, right? So they devised a plan to send me over there in the middle of the night and put me in the barracks where he done started all the stuff at, but he in the hole, right?
Yeah.
So they swung me from one side of the penitentiary. They were so mad at me at Wrightville, bro. They swung me way to Varner unit and put me in the gang members opposite of my homeboy that had started the ride. They got the state troopers in the hallway. So I get to the barracks. I go sit down in there. I go sit down in there, bro. Put all my stuff down. So I'm looking around. Well, I don't know about the feds, but I know the state. I got about 20 minutes when I walk in this barracks full of 50 folks to look around this barracks and figure out who the damn fools is, or what I'm dealing with in here. Can I lay down here tonight and go to sleep? Cause we ain't in different cells. We just everybody got a bunk on the floor.
Where you at?
It's Varner.
Yeah.
Well, you got half of us up and half of us down in this one barrack. So they called shower call. I go put my flip flops on, go to the shower, lock my stuff up. But I know that they were looking at, he had some, right for you get all the good stuff. You ain't from the free world, you right here in Little Rock. So, we got pretty big boy headphones, Sony. I got all kind of free world cologne, and all kind of soap they ain't got down here, and all of this and that. So anyway, I come back from the shower, sit on my bunk, start drying my feet off. You can look up like this, see at the corner of your eye. I see 2 dudes coming this way, see 2 more coming that way. So I'm like, damn, they finna try to smash me. I grabbed my lock, grabbed 2 cans of tuna, put them in 2 socks real quick, and start a ruckus up in there. That's what happened. That was and I chased everybody around the barracks. I caught about 5, 6. I just started whooping everybody else in the barracks till they came down there and got me out of there.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Go on one.
I whipped the whole. I chased the whole barracks around. I said, y'all think y'all gonna rob me? I got 60 years in here. Hey, all of them got 7 years, 5 years, 12 years. Hey, I got 60 years. You motherfuckers think y'all finna take my shit? You little bad motherfuckers. Boy, I got that lock in that sock out now. This shit. I went to beating all them boys' ass up in there till the folks come in there and got me out of there.
Felix, what was your first altercation?
That's what it was.
So you just run around with your lock?
Back then you had a lock that go in your bunk.
Yeah.
So I put that lock with 2 cans of tuna in a sock and and let it hang like that at the bottom.
One thing I learned about that lock in the sock, that's a ritual everybody come up here.
Just own it pop.
You can put that lock, you can put a soap, lock all in the sock. That be swinging.
When you drop the 2 cans of tuna in there,
that don't come out them socks. You gotta get a laundry bag, man. Lock this stuff in a laundry bag, boy.
No,
man.
Yes, sir, you put a knot at the bottom. You put a knot at the bottom. You put a knot at the top.
Which one?
That lock in a sock.
Man, that sock gonna be, you gonna knock your own self. I done seen people busting their own head.
No.
Man, that flips the thing.
Real tight.
I chased the barracks of 49 men around there for about 30 minutes, cause the man opened the door and seen what was happening. Get what he did? Slammed the door and went back in the house. We was in there about doing it 2 hours before them folk come in there and got me out of there. I had a lecture, gave 2 speeches. I know I was a Muslim, I gave a khutbah, then I prayed and everything. And then I had everybody still. You better not come out that corner up there. It's his own popping again. So, that's what happened. I really wasn't no big dude. Never have been.
What was yours, Felix?
I was at Varner and A barracks, which they all probably know who he is, Turtle, but they call his last name Butler. And me and him stayed up all night. He like running around playing them bitches the whole games. And,
you did too, Felix.
No, I ain't know no better.
You still do it. Still do it. I ain't know no better.
So it was a dude.
Come out like you're a victim in the story.
It was a dude. It was a dude in the barracks. He kept on driving it. And Turtle from the north. But at the same time, he kept on driving the dude. And so we said, man, we know we got to go to whole squad in the morning. So me and Turtle slept side by side. And the dude come up there, I'm talking about we sleep. They didn't call whole squad call, so we in church was like, we ain't going. So, you know, we already made our mind up, we finna buck. Y'all can go on and just write us up. So everybody, the dude he was driving was a Barry Porter. Dude, like he was sweeping, come up there and took the broom, a wooden broom. All I heard was some wow, and the broom broke. So I woke up, my eyes got big. So I jumped up and started running.
Big.
Yeah, my eyes got big. I jumped up and started running. All I seen dude just took the broom handle out to his stuff and started stabbing Turtle. He stabbed him right here, and all I seen was bubbles coming up out his eye. I seen blood. I'm like, God, I beat on the door. Y'all get up there. He done killed my homeboy. But you know, by the grace of God, Turtle lived through it. But he had the worst, that was the worst experience I ever seen in my life. Besides me going on one, I'm up at the window trying to cake. You're talking to little mama with my head dug down, caking. All I see a mother over there doing is here, jacking. Oh, no. I'm finna handle you, partner. I'm talking I had to beat his face in real good. But the girl saved me and they locked him up. So, you know, I done seen it all. Ain't nothing in penitentiary I ain't seen. The worst of the worst and the best of the best. So, y'all know.
Hey, Kip, somebody asked, what can we do as people to change how the lawmakers deal with prison?
Okay, basically, it's a twofold answer real quick, and I'll have to be real fast. How you change what they're doing is by changing the laws that control what they're doing. And how you get to that point, you first got to identify what that is. Like two things I'm working on. I'm working for the 21 and under bill. I brought that bill, me and a couple of other organizations got that bill all the way to the state capitol, and we didn't get it to pass. You just read hearing by only one vote, but we fabricated and bringing it back. So it means that no one under the age of 21 should be in prison for the rest of their life. And most of the people that apply to are old men now, down there. A lot of them are not new people, they're older men. So the law has to be changed to fix it. They already passed the bill where if you was under 18, they let you go. But you know ain't no difference between a 17-year-old and 18-year-old. You got two dudes on the same charge, both was murder. And one was 17 and one was 18. They let the 17-year-old go home and kept
Stop letting them out since Obama been out.
Well, the politics is shifted where they really playing a little games with it. So the laws is what the answer is, for one. For two, in order to change laws, you got to come together and lobby to get laws changed. So I can't do that because I understand what to do by myself. It takes a group of people that's want to stand by those type of politics to push those type of politics through. See, we all know what needs to be changed. We know that you fellas been out parole 100 years and off your sentence 100 years. The laws should have automatically gave you your voting rights back, your gun rights back, and any other right that you were denied once your sentence be complete after a certain period of time. It shouldn't be no discretion up to somebody to decide, well, let this one get it, don't let that one get it, let this one get it, don't let that one get it. Well, when you got that type of discretion up here, then how do we check that discretion to make a change? Well, you can been enforce your hand on your governors and your senators and all these people. How you force their hand? Okay, everybody in office got to raise their hand, right?
Yeah.
They got to take an oath and say that uphold justice, equality, treat everybody fairly, and all that goes with the oath in office that they take. Mm-hmm. Well, here you got a governor, all these people's clemencies and things of this nature that voted on their faith. These people been wrongly convicted, over-sentenced, overcharged, youth when they went down. They done everything in there. People like Vonnie Shabazz, man, they done everything in there to help people stop riots, all kind of stuff. Won't let these people out. They have clemency applications in, and got people, hundreds of people that signed for them, petition for them, and all this fall on deaf ears. How is he upholding his oath of office that he took and denying justice with the other hand? Yeah. So we hold governors and people according to the oath that they taken. Right. And when we don't have no confidence in them fulfilling that oath, then we impeach these type of people out of office. One thing about Arkansas, unlike a whole lot of states, I'm gonna say this. You guys have two governments here, one you like to play with and one you don't. You don't realize it though. You have You have two democracies here, one of the people you elect and one of yourself. You know how you got marijuana here? Because you put it up for a vote of the people and you passed that law. That's how you got casinos here. But do you know how you got casinos and marijuana passed? Because you let the felons start voting. The felons are what swung both of those elections. If you go back and do the numbers and take the felons off the ballot, they would have failed flat on their face. So here we have a group of felons that are empowered politically here in the state of Arkansas that are not a body. They're just in the back and in the corner. If they were to come together and demand the rights for prisoners in this state, we could get it as a lobbyist group, as a specific lobbyist group. There's no other time in history where felons have had this power, because we could not vote up until about 20 years ago when they passed the bill federally that said that after you finish your sentence, your voting rights come back. But they didn't give you none of the rest of it. You can take that same bill and expand it and get your gun rights back. You ain't got to write it from scratch. But if people that are felons incarcerated and the people that have gotten out that are felons running around in the community, if you don't come together and have the politicians address your special interest needs, then whose fault is it? All right. If all we doing is riding and smoking blunts and bullshitting, I catch them at every barbecue, homie. They had all the fish fries. Don't let me throw no strip party at my spot.
Don't throw one.
Well, they're asking to meet me at the state capitol and just stand out here with your hand raised up high. You ain't got to put a mask on. You ain't got to just stand here as a body that represent what we stand for. I can't get you to do that.
No, yeah, they ain't gonna support stuff like that.
So we got a situation for those who can vote as felons. We need to be able to come together and start our own voting block and demand that if you want our vote, you do this for us. Yeah. And that's how other groups in the country have gotten where they're at.
So have.
They don't just go in there and vote Democrat like they're a damn fool, or just vote Republican like they damn fools.
Well, check this out, y'all.
They getting something. We don't want to get nothing.
All y'all can answer this, you know what I'm saying? But what would y'all say to younger guys just waiting waiting on the ADC that have their mindset that they're just going to kick it and chill and do what they want to do? What would y'all say to guys like that?
Well, I'm gonna tell them like this here. You know, I hate y'all in there. I hate them they in that situation. But like this here, when y'all waiting to go to ADC, if you got it on your mind to go and do what you got to do and get out, do it. But if you got it going on, think you got homeboys down there that's stuck, you won't win. So all I'm telling y'all, when you get to ADC, make the right decision. Make the right decision.
Yeah, because at the same time, you know, you got, like, for instance, look how it was. You got something, Adeline? You can come on.
Hello. If y'all could change anything, because I've been where y'all at too, if y'all could change anything, what would you change, or would you change anything?
When you say
from
that,
the past?
Are you talking about from a person's life?
Yeah. If you could go back and change, put it like that, I'm gonna get a little deeper with it. If you could go back and change anything, or you don't regret going through it, you know what I mean?
I say I wouldn't, because the path that I was on was gonna run into a brick wall. Mm-hmm. So really, the penitentiary really saved me.
Yeah.
And it made me smarter. Yeah. And I got the best moment of clarity I ever had. And then I had a relationship with me and figured out who I was.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? And then, you know what I'm saying, me and God got tighter.
What?
When I came back like a force. Way better.
What?
Reinvented, new energy, ready to go. And basically, you know what I'm saying, want to give that same energy to people that's coming home and let them know that, you know what I'm saying, it's not over just because you have a strike or two strikes. That's right. You can do whatever you want to do. As long as you set your mind to it. We have infinite ability. I believe in that. Oh, yeah. Infinite means you can do whatever you want to do. So I wouldn't change it.
I like the way you put that, brother. Now, Kid Brown, I got a question for you. Now, how is it that you get in, a person like me, say for instance, I can be very strong to a lot of women that's locked up. I'm off of papers now. Been off for 2 years as of July. Don't even have to deal with them no more. But it's been hard for me to get into the prisons and place to talk to the women, because I'm a perfect example that you can make it. without having to hustle, without having to be in the life you was before. So I'm having a problem of trying to get into the system to try to let them know you can do it.
Okay, you want to go in as a Christian, you want to go in under treatment.
I want to go in and be a voice and let them know let me try to help you when you come home.
Oh, you
let
can
me
go
try
in
to be
anywhere.
That'll be treatment.
Well, you can, there are several things you can do. One of the things is you got to go in under one of the platforms that allow you to come in. Right now, you really can't go in because of COVID. Not because they could, but they just using COVID now just to be lazy. They already were understaffed. You can't trick me, ADC. You was already understaffed for COVID. COVID hit, it was a great reason to shut a bunch of stuff down and quit running the 1 or 2 police you got left on the force. So now they ain't got to run all over the place because ain't as much recreation, ain't as much, all the extra stuff ain't taking place. And so that gives them an opportunity to try to rebuild their staff. But you should be able to, at some point, get in under, they got a Christian program down there. If you go and get your license, a ministry license, then you can go down to the Pop Correction, take the class, and go through the religious assistant class, and go in as a religious assistant, volunteer.
So you just be going in as like a motivational speaker type, you know?
Well, that's the way to go in through that way. But if you want to go in under a particular program, then call the church, or you call the treatment people or the rehab folks that's down there, and let them know that you want to be brought in periodically to speak with them.
You know what I think too?
Or at graduations. So you got to you got to go in under something that they're doing.
That's right.
As a guest, you know what I'm saying, like
see,
the
got you.
SATP program.
The men got you, Kurt, my family, they got y'all. But the women don't have a lot of us. People too that talking, but I'm on
women do worse. Women do time worse than men.
Yes, we do.
I'm telling you, women do harder time than men do. It broke my heart to see it, but that's the truth.
Yeah, when we get out, we just be thrown out there kind of. People say they got.
See, but a lot of things too, like for instance, like
Alj goes in and out the prison.
But even now, you got a lot of women that they try to hide that they've been locked up. Like, for instance, you got, I mean, you know, you're an outspoken lady, you know what I'm saying? You extroverted, but like, for instance, you got people, a lot of people hit me up. Why you don't have more women on the show? Because there's a lot of women been locked up, but they don't come forward.
People know.
Dang, you know the help out there, but they don't even know how to put themselves out there to get the help. But another thing, I think another way to get into prisons too is with the press pass. You know what I'm saying? Whereas,
I'm gonna need y'all to help
because
me.
the Supreme Court say though a person is confined, they're not locked away from the press. You know what I'm saying? Press still got access to them. So
there's people like me that can reach where other people can't reach. That's all I'm saying. And y'all doing an excellent job. Kip, Kurt, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing what y'all do. I love it. I love y'all, some strong black brothers. I done listen to y'all. I love listening. And don't y'all never have another thing and don't tell me about it either.
All right, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Young man, was you scared going in there? I know it's hard.
Oh, you know I was.
How about you? Tell me your input.
What, as far as being
Yeah,
scared?
when you got in there, because I know it was rough.
Well, it didn't take me long. You know, I'm cultured because I grew up in Dollaway, Arkansas, which is right outside of Pine Bluff.
Okay.
You know, it's not a lot. It's not even 50-50. It's majority black, but so I didn't have a problem. Like, I would see, I don't know, it's prison segregated. You know, some of them. At Newport, for sure, they would just have, you know, people just didn't kick it together. I played dominoes and that kept me, you know, stuff like that would keep me, I just stayed involved. Like, I got along with black people better than I did white people, so that's just kind of the route I went. And I don't
Felix,
know.
I'm proud of you. Rich, you said that good thing right there. I couldn't have said it. You spoke for me when you said that. I like that. Y'all,
Really, wasn't nobody need to say nothing else.
Right,
I was like,
right.
well, I'm glad I ain't got to say. I ain't got to say nothing to that. 'Cause I just said it. I just said it. Whatever they say, they pick me now. I'm gonna say what he said.
Yeah, we was asked a question. Somebody asked, were we able to continue education in prison? This is what I'm gonna say about that. When I first went down, you know, they was offering college courses, but you had the criteria. You have to be a certain age in order to qualify for it. I was the age, but you also had to have a certain amount of time. You couldn't have too much time to take it. So by the time I did have the short term, short time left to make it. I was too old to take the college courses. So the education that you get down there is really from each other, and we're learning from not just your mistakes, but the next person's mistakes. But you had to educate your own self. You had to get the books and search for the knowledge. Mm-hmm. So you got a person that's getting out of there smart and things like that. It ain't that he was taught that. He seeked it, and he was able to attain it. But I went in without the 12th grade year. I did not complete school. Yeah, I was supposed to come back or go to summer school or something like that. What I do? I jump on the airplane and go to San Diego, California. Yeah. Right. When I come back from San Diego, California, when I got in all my trouble, so I wound up in the county jail. Only thing they let you have to do for is to go to school to the GED program if you're in the county. Yeah. So I started taking Let me tell you this real quick. So I started going to class every day. So I got two capital murder charges. Folks talking about the death penalty on me and these 4 guys. Here I am getting my mind off of that just by going up to the GED class. And guess what, y'all? I ain't smoking weed. I ain't drunk. I done sobered up and I figured out one thing. I'm pretty damn smart. I didn't figure that out here. It wasn't until they took all the weed and all the liquor and all the other distractions away from me that I figured out that, damn, I'm pretty smart. So guess what I do? I go to jail, go to prison. I ain't know this now. Yeah. Half a day, it's hot outside, whole squad. That's what I'm doing every day. Half a day GED school, half a day whole squad. They say, okay, time to take the GED test. Yeah, so I say, I'm going to go in here and do my best, man. I went in there in the middle of the summer, y'all, and took the damn GED test and passed it. Like a fool. Now you got to go to the whole squad. And now I got to go to the whole squad all day long. Every day. So they look at they had the graduation, right? I'm the only one laid in for the graduation. Everybody like, who's this damn fool, this smart ass nigga here, then passed the GED test in the middle of the summer? They ain't did that in 20 years in here. Don't supposed to do that. I ain't know, but guess what? They punished my ass. I had to go out there all day long. I got that out the way, but I went on to take college. I got my college degree there, wrote books. It's just all the VOTEC. The problem is with ADC though, bro. The problem with the ADC is everybody can't get rehabilitated because they don't have access to the stuff. They have a limited amount of programming and everybody need it. You got a lot of time, they won't let you take it. You ain't a certain age, you can't get in it. Or if you got a short time, you finna go home, they gonna let you take it first because you finna go home. But so the guy that got the life sentence, he ain't never in there. So that's another problem. But if you don't get educated, you ain't got nothing coming out here in this society. You might well stay in there, homie. You play dominoes too long, you might well stay on in there, shoot basketball. Yeah. Well, we'll be right back after a short commercial break. Back after a short commercial break, and before we conclude this, I want to answer this one question that was asked. It was asked, what influence do we have on the youth since we all have been out? Me, I'm gonna speak like this, and basically the positive things that I have out here, music wise, and everything we got. That's the most I can do because I don't know where the youth at. We go to, we involved with the football and all that, but other than that. I mean, it's just like even the people that I'm looking at right now asking, man, how can you help my child? Bring your child to us. I mean, we can't go to them because we don't know. First of all, if the parent don't know where they're at, we don't know where they're at. And then we can't go to them because these little niggas tough. I'm talking about they got guns. I'm talking about longer than your arm. Everybody strapped. Bro, you can't even accidentally hit a dude's leg in the store with the buggy no more without a gun getting put on yourself. So at the same time, I'm gonna let y'all answer that. What influence do y'all? Cause I ain't in the streets like that, no type of way. But can y'all answer that? What type of influence do y'all have on the youth right now to this day?
Well, I use my platform to, first of all, you got to get their attention.
Yeah, you do. And you got to sustain it.
And you know what I'm saying, like the way I've been able to, live my life, I like nice things, and that's kind of what get their attention. So I use that as a tool to have a conversation, because when they run up on me like, say, OG, man, don't put me in the game. Hey, man, now I got your attention, let me holler at you real quick.
Yeah.
Go get you a CDL, bro. Go
Yeah.
get you can buy 10 of these.
That's sold
That's
out.
what you see
That's
what I'm
sold out
saying?
there.
You ain't gotta do none of that. Matter of fact, get your mind right and get out the way, cause number one, what make it worse now than back then when we was doing our time, bro, you don't know what drug these motherfuckers is on.
Yeah.
For real.
I don't
You
even know.
what
I don't even think crackers is no more, dude.
man.
Shoot.
Listen to
They
Future.
doing, man.
You don't know what
they
the fuck.
doing stuff, knock your hairline out and stuff.
So, but I just use that to get their attention, and then you know what I'm saying. It's some listen, some don't, but then most of the time they come back and be like, "Bro, you was right." Yeah.
What could you speak on about that?
Well, I don't have a lot of direct contact with youth other than my kids that are close to me, you know, and my stepson. But I just try to show them the way I was taught. You know, I learned a lot from you, Sane, all these people in there that was, you know, serious about life, getting out and working, and that's all I do. You know, I could hustle all day long, but I just choose not to because I know where it's going to land me. I'll be a habitual offender back in the joint.
Somebody, before we conclude this, somebody asked, where is the love? Where are the women that was in y'all lives while y'all was locked up? Were y'all right? Did y'all had any women that was in y'all lives while y'all was locked up?
Yeah. Basically, I married two of the women that used to come see me. I was been married twice since I've been home. I got married first time. Wasn't married. John stayed in the army when I first got out.
Yeah.
Then my second marriage, I was married about 15, 16 years. Me and her were together. So, I think one of the biggest challenges, most people getting out of prison that been in there a long time, or when they were young, they will have problems developing healthy relationships with women.
Really?
Because your idea of women, it goes back to an antiquated vision of when you left the streets, and the women that you're going to find out here today are multifaceted women. They're a different breed of women than what you think they are. And if you don't know how to identify a good girl from a bad girl, you finna have a long ride out here, homeboy, till you do.
But at the same time,
And so there are a lot of guys wind up
you know,
doing
that's
the
another
goofy,
debate.
getting caught in the field, doing the goofy, want to kill the broad because they just don't know how to deal with rejection. When she get tired of using you, she don't want you. There's a lot of this go on out here. So dudes coming out the prison, you need to slow it down. You need to slow it down before as it relates to the females. But for the females that's been down with me, I've been down with them.
Well, check this out. We finna conclude this session, but right now I'm gonna go down the line to get every one of y'all opportunity. So look in that camera right there. Right now you have people all across the world that can see you, but look in that camera right now. And if you have anybody that's going down, that done went down the path that you done went down, or you see them going, anything you can say to deter a person from living the life he wants to live, what would you tell them? Even their parents, what would you tell them right now? We're gonna start with you, Felix.
Well, I'll tell you like this here. You have to raise them up as they come out. But at the same time, you have to talk to them with common sense. Because whoopings today in this world don't mean nothing. Beatings don't mean nothing. So you have to talk to them and be smart the way you talk to them and come out. And for your parents, you have to know how to communicate with your children instead of hurting your children by cussing them out, putting them on punishment, taking their game away from them, taking their phone away, because that's something that'll hurt the child today in this world. And as y'all can see, look at them now. They 15, 16, and 17 out here with guns. And there's not no leaders out here for now one of them. So all I'm asking you for the next generation to come up, y'all teach them and coach them in the right way about using y'all heads against them, not using it for them as that cursing and the whooping and that punishment. Because children can understand a curse word, and children can't understand when you come to them with common sense. For the simple fact the way you know how to bruise them and beat them up and hurt them with the curse words and the whoopings. So y'all just make the right decision and y'all will see better within both sides.
What you got to say?
Well, It's kind of like, am I talking to the parents, to the youth, everybody?
Both, because you can't get to the youth without the parents.
Well, I think most of these children are angry because the parents have failed to really hug these kids and tell them that they love them like they used to. I grew up, what made me able to survive all that I don't look like what I've been through because the way I was raised as a young person, there was a lot of love infused around me. We had a lot of love in our family. I was always hugged and told I was beautiful, I was good as a kid, and I just got caught up when I got older, and that was my choices. It really wasn't a reflection of my upbringing, because I was from the hood, but the people I come from was working everyday folks. They was good people.
Yeah.
So my thing is, what made me be able to get through all of that was because of what was put in me so young. It's just so much joy that I experienced growing up. These kids are growing up too fast, and the parents, a lot of times, y'all ain't telling me you love them enough, so it ain't enough love in them. So when they get older, they're just so angry, and it's easy to go do all this other stuff. They're so angry. So, man, y'all stop and tell your kids that you love them. That's for one. People that know they love, know they valued. Yes. You know, don't make them hustle for that, coming from parents. As far as children, okay, you go like this here. You get up here, you get grown up, you build yourself up, and you go out here and do the goof, and you fall off. Everybody else still going to McDonald's, Burger King, the mall. They still gonna go to the concerts when you sitting in jail like I was. You dig? And you gonna sit there to whatever that judge said is it. And that's what it pretty much gonna be. If you survive and make it there and back.
Yep.
Now going to prison is not an option. You cope. Back then you could go in there and stay 100 years. Wasn't no COVID in there. That's a death trap. You can't get to no call search partner. So I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know how loved up, how meteorized a lot of young folks is, but you got some machine guns that we didn't even have. So they didn't have this problem out of us. We didn't have these big ass machine guns, man. We had 9mm, shotguns,
38,
you know what I'm saying? Maybe have a Uzi. These boys have machine guns that go through brick walls. Right through the car motor.
Call of Duty.
We didn't have no need for that because we wasn't never that mad at each other. We did more carrying guns than shooting at each other, where I come from, back in the day. But so, with that said, reality check for the parents, reality check for the youth. Ain't nobody paying for it but you now. Mom and dad ain't gonna keep on doing their thing. They gonna see about you. Mm-hmm. So you can make a decision how you gonna live your life.
What would you say, Rich?
To the parents, I would say, talk to them, don't talk at them. Learn their language so you can have a conversation with them. Because once they can understand and you got their attention, then you can reach that part of the brain that they got shut off because of whatever reason. Now, to the youth, I say, look at who you running with and the direction that they going in, and 9 times out of 10, you going in that direction. So if you hanging out with the smart kids and their direction is we gonna think about the future. See, I'm gonna say it's cool to be smart. That's the shit. It's cool to be smart. It's cool to think about the future. It's cool to, you know what I'm saying, think like years ahead of the future. Cause what we did, what we did, and now what we do dictates and shows y'all that really wasn't the path.
That's right.
So we got to pick up the pieces when we came home. So just think about it. We lost time on life. Y'all can start early. Y'all, it's possible. He was just talking about a 9-year-old, she a millionaire off TikTok. You can be a millionaire in a year, but it's cool to be smart and just focus. Oh, and the parents, all you gotta do is just, everything has a system. Patterns. Pay attention to their patterns, because when their patterns change, something changed. And again, with that conversation, you gotta be able to talk to them, so you can see what changed. Because you see your son doing something different, you see your daughter doing something change. So when the patterns change, something off.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what I would say.
What would you say, old Marty?
Well, my mom always told me this is for the kids, and she would say, "You better off broke," and I used to always be chasing money, and at a young age, and that was my goal, was money, 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 money. And once I humbled myself and quit worrying about money, it's like I got more money than I have to worry about. And for the parents, I just, same like he said, keep your eye on them. Like my mama, if I hung out with a bad kid when I was young, my parents knew who their parents was. So my parents would be like, tell that kid to come to our house. You ain't going over to his house, you know, and keep your eye on your kids, you know, or you'll mess around and lose them.
Yep. Me, I'm gonna tell the parents like this. Your child ain't your best friend. It's cool to have that relationship. I know my daughter, 2 years old. I picked up from daycare. It didn't even take me 2 minutes to make it home. She broke up with me twice. I ain't never know this. She told me the other day, cause I ain't take her to see stoplights. Daddy, that light green, that light red. She told me twice before we made it home, 2 minutes. Dad, I ain't your best friend no more. Photo on. So when we made it to the house, and I ain't take her to another stoplight, she told me she broke up with me again. Dad, I ain't your best friend no more. I like, first of all, I don't want to be your friend no more. We don't do this. I don't even want to be. I ain't know we were best friends. I don't want to be your friend no more. I don't even take you to see no stoplights. You instead of breaking up with me, I don't like this here. But at the same time, stop. It's cool to have that friendship with your child, but that's that. My child, my best friend, word. They know everything about you. To made them grow up too fast because you was their best friend. You exposing them to things that only a grown adult should know about. You know what I'm saying? Let them learn something, from their mistakes, you know what I'm saying, from their peers and things like that. But at the same time, stop having kids if you can't support them, if you can't give them the energy. And then we don't know shit. Man, get your CDL license. If you can't get your CDL license, go get on construction. Do something like you got the young dudes out here in the streets. Go be on a construction site where you can spend half of your day on the construction site. You're getting paid. So by the time you're getting off, knowing you got to do the same thing tomorrow, it's time to go home and eat and go to sleep. Stay out to these streets, because the streets ain't, man, you know what I'm saying? They locking these boys away, and it ain't nothing like it was when we were there. I mean,
man, you can't even go down there. COVID, that kid and everything, man.
Then you going down there,
do time in peace.
Then you going down there, then your people down out here, COVID, you can't even come out. You can't even come out. But
that's the new one. If you got COVID, they won't let you release you.
You can't go no funerals or nothing. All right, but this concludes another segment of Prison Chronicles. Make sure you go on YouTube under De Niro Cook or Prison Chronicles TV, and make sure you press that subscribe button, and make sure you share it, because there's no us without you. And remember, if you know anyone that want to be on the show, anybody need a job, hit us up at 501-551-8489. This guy, he sell things, and if this my guy here, I don't know if you are willing to help teach people what you know about the hands-on things, but kind of throw your business and things like that, and what kind of number they can hit y'all up.
Well, I own Accelerated HVACR Industries. Right now I have from the prison to work program, and I got from the streets to work program. So you can hit me up at 501-991-4740, and we can get that accelerated. Get you there, get you where you're going, and very fast.
My fiance and I have a clothing line called Borgata. The Instagram is Borgata BGA, and you can also shop at www.borgata.shop.
I'm going to get me something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my name is Marty Cannon. I own a company called Work Call. We do it all, construction. You can call me at 501-416-8861.
Well, this concludes another segment of Prison Chronicles. And remember, if you want to sow a seed, hit us up at, you can sow a seed to $, De Niro Cook at the Cash App and things like that, and everything. We don't need your stuff, so don't think, man, we just out to get nothing like that. But we can always use help. And make sure you press that like and subscribe button. And thank you.